marble crochet tutorial. For this tutorial, I'm just going to be showing you how to make these gloves. So it's a nice Tunisian lace stitch with a 3.5 Tunisian crochet hook. So that's one of these. A long one with a bit on the end to stop the stitches from coming off. Yeah, really basic, really quick to make. I made these in less than a day. Half a day. So about that, yes, and I just bought some gorgeous brown sort of pearly looking buttons to sew on, and that's it. Really cute autumn glove, mid-autumn glove. Well, yeah, mid-autumn. There's not a lot that I can say. For the thumbnails of this tutorial, I will be posing in my Halloween costume, so it's a little bit of a teaser to what that's going to be. Obviously I'm going to be posting that picture for the giveaway competition thing on the 24th, because that's going to be a week before Halloween, and that's when I want to, you know, disclose the information of who the character is that I am and announce the winner. Yes. So hopefully somebody will guess correctly. Yeah, see what happens. Let's just get right into making these gloves. Alright, now to begin, we're going to have a look at the tiny details. So, slipping this tag off, trying not to rip it. Oh, yes, we'll rip it. Okay, now then, so this is the brand. And if you need any more time, if you need more time to have a look, just pause the video to get a better look. So that's what we're working with. So here it's saying to use a 3 or a 3.5mm hook. So I'm using a 3.5 Tunisian. So that's what we're working with today. And we're going to be doing Tunisian lace stitch. So that's what we're working with. Alright. Alright, now to begin, we're going to find the end of our yarn and we're going to make a slip knot. So making a slip knot, we're going to adjust that knot to our hook and we're going to chain 41. So to do chain stitch, it's yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. So that's 2 and 3 and 4. So chaining 41. Alright, so here I am with my chain of 41. Now, what we're going to do next is, so skipping that first chain from the hook, so that one right there beneath the loop that we've got on our hook, we're going to go to the next chain along, so the second chain along. Let's just get that focused properly. So we're moving to, not that one there, but the one after that, the second chain from the hook. You're going to insert your hook through that, and then yarn over and pull up a loop. Then moving on to the next chain along, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. So you're going to continue doing this all the way back down to the beginning till you've got 41 chain or 41 loops on the hook. So moving on to the next one, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. So I'll see you when we get back to the beginning and we'll talk about what to do next. Alright, now here I am and I've picked up 41 loops across that chain. So I've got 41 loops on my hook. Now, our next step is to, right at the beginning here, chain 3. So, chaining 3, 1 and 2 and 3. So then we've got that chain of 3 right at the beginning there. Then we yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops, and then secure that cluster of 5 loops with a chain, just like that. Then we chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. Then we yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 loops. Then secure with a chain, just like that. So we'll do that one more time. So it's chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. Then yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 loops. Secure with a chain. So you do that all the way till the end, and then once you've done that, we're going to meet back up again and we'll talk about what to do next. Okay, now here I am at the end of the row, just putting in my last chain to secure that cluster, just at the end. So we're going to move on to the next row, and to do that, we're going to, moving straight from this, we're going to leave this loop on the hook, and see that space just above that last cluster there, made by that chain. We're going to insert our hook into that space, so that tiny little space just there. Insert your hook, then yarn over and pull up a loop like that. Then we're going to move on to the chain of 3 just before that. So into the first chain, you're going to insert your hook, then yarn over and pull up a loop. Then moving on to the next chain along, insert your hook and yarn over, pull up a loop. And then into the third chain, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Then you're moving on to the next space made by the chain above the second cluster along. And you're going to put your hook through that space just there, that tiny space, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then moving on to the chain of 3, once again, you insert your hook into the first chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. Next chain along, same thing, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. And then the third one, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. So that's what you're going to do all the way back to the beginning again. Inserting your hook into that little space above the cluster, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then into the chain, all 3 chains, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull up a loop, pull up a loop. And that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to meet you at the beginning of this, well, back at this end, and we'll talk about what to do next. Alright, and here I am, back at this end, and I'm about to do my last 3 loops. So 1, and 2, and 3. So there we go. That's complete. Now, what we do, we move on to the next row. To do that, at the beginning, we chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. So it's like the previous row that we did like this. So it's 1, 2, 3. Then we yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then secure that cluster with a chain. Then we chain 3 again, so 1, 2, 3, then yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 loops. So we'll do that again, but I think you know what to do from here. So you secure that cluster with a chain, then chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, then yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's what we're doing, and I think you can see how the pattern's going now. So once you get to the other end, secure the last cluster with a chain, then pull up the remaining 40 loops that you'll be needing to pick up along the, you go into that little space just above the cluster, then you go into the spaces for the chains, or you go into the chains, pick up 3, and so on. Yeah, and this is how we go. So you're growing the length, and for me, I'm growing the length of this to, I'm going to be doing 24, I'll count 24 of these clusters. So that's what that'll be. You can do any length you want, but that's what we're going to do from here. And then once we've done that, we're going to meet back up again, and we're going to be sewing the seam together. Obviously minus the thumb hole, but yeah, we'll do that when we get to it. So yeah, we'll meet back up. This is very simple, so there's really not a lot more I can say until we close it. It shouldn't take too long to make. I mean, it's pretty easy to get used to this stitch. It doesn't take much. So you're securing that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'll meet you when we've done what we need to do, and yeah, we'll talk about what to do next. Alright, now I have completed one of the gloves. As you can see, I've chucked on a couple of buttons, 4 buttons, lovely brown ones that I found. I love these buttons, and I'm going to chuck 4 on this one as well when I'm finished. So what I did was I did 25 of the cluster rows. So if I count up, there should be 25 of these. And what we're going to do now is we're going to cut our yarn, and cut a fairly decent length because you want to be sewing it together. You want some yarn to work with. So cutting a length of yarn, you're going to pull that through and tie it off. So what have we got? Pulling it through and tying it off. Make sure you pull that tight, just like that. So now I'm going to turn to the wrong side. So I'll put this down in front of you just here, and we'll be using, what am I doing? Dropping things? Yes, I am. We're going to be using our darning needle to sew this together. Alright, and to do that, we've got our darning needle. We're going to thread that onto the yarn. Trying to get that bunched up. So what I've done is I've worked with 15 of the cluster row ends to sew this together. So there's 5 for the top, 5 for the thumb hole, and then 5 to finish up sewing it together. So there's sort of this break at the end here, which I quite like. I haven't sewn that in yet, or woven it in, but I'll weave that in later. Okay, so we've threaded this onto our, this being the darning needle. Now what I do is I just sort of fold these 2 row ends together like this, so that the right side is facing out, and have more of a gauge of where those row ends are. So as you can see, there's the clusters at the end. So just going into that first one at the top, I'm going to go into that part just there, and thread that through the one on the opposite end. And then I'm going to go back into that puff so that, just because, there we go, just like that. So that's one. Then moving on to the next one down, which will be this one just here, so going in through the back. This will be 2, and then counting down 2 on the other side, so that one just there, and I'll be going in just there. Then I'm going to put my hook needle through 3 as well. So yeah, just like that. Do your best. I'm doing my best. And then at the end, you're just sewing on your buttons as best you can. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going into that spot just there. I hope you can see this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just like that. And then sew your buttons on any way you want. And that's it. That's what we do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and this one will be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So going into there. Then I'm going into the next one along under that 5th one on the other side. So just into there. So that'll be the first of the 5 for the thumb holes. And then what I do there is I just go into the next one, so we'll count this as 1, then moving on to the next one, which will be 2, and then 3, and 4, so that one will be 4, and 5, so here is number 5. There we go. So then you will count down. So we've used 10 of these clusters already. So we count down on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think we'll have to go into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we're going to go into the next one along down here. So that'll be the first of the 5 to solve the bottom half. Alright, I think I've gone on enough, and I think you know what to do from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this will be the first, just in here, the first of the 1, 2, yep. We'll go away, we'll finish our gloves. I don't think we need to meet up again. You'll already have seen from the thumbnail what this is going to look like, so they're pretty cute. I really like it a lot. Nice autumn glove. And then obviously, I don't know, maybe I'll do something a bit warmer for winter. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I've enjoyed making it. Also, you're going to be seeing a sneak peek of the Halloween costume that I'm doing for the giveaway competition thing in the thumbnail, I think. So yes, there's that. So that's a sneak peek of that, just a little clue as to what it might be. Hopefully not too obvious. I don't think it will. Anyway, thanks for watching.